right, man. So I'm feeling some real deja vu with this one. This is some real deja vu.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
It feels like we've been here before because we have been here before. So Dejounte Murray did it again, turned his back on his former franchise. Now, before we take a look at that really quick, if you guys please could go follow, subscribe to Spurs Invasion, link below underneath this video. I am working on a video as we speak for this channel. This is edited and scripted content. Next one I got up is a Jeremy Sohan one. So if you want to get notified of that, just head on over there, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So I don't want to make this a long drawn out thing. Okay. We've talked about Dejounte Murray ad nauseum before. As you guys remember, we did a video back when he first left San Antonio, and every single Spurs fan was confused because they were like, where is this Dejounte Murray coming from? He's going off the rails. He's talking so poorly of the Spurs, even though it was something that I was talking about the entire time he was with San Antonio. But you know, us being a fan of certain players, we get a little delusional. Obviously, like I get delusional when it comes to specific, you know, players as well at times. But with DJ, man, it was a whole nother level, and he was very loved by Spurs fans. But when he left, what did he do? Okay, we all know this. All right, so this is nothing new. But people were talking, you know, trolls basically, telling him, hey man, you're going to be losing when you're at Atlanta. He said this one basically said you didn't really care about being in San Antonio anyways, and he went on to say you're mad, LMAO. But the one that everyone remembers and the one that's brought up constantly, shout out to Bala for posting this, but it says, fly little birdie, good luck getting to the second round. At least we got the picks and we're building around Keldon. Wow, that is a really, now looking back, that's a really bad take from Gothany. I don't know. That's a really bad take, my boy. But DJ said, and this is what everyone knows, the way that system's set up, you're going to be losing for the next 15 years. Problem bigger than basketball. And this created a slight rift between San Antonio Spurs fans. There were a group that already had skepticism when it came to the Spurs, and they were like, yeah, see, it is bigger than basketball. And then the ones that were a little bit more, you know, even keel with things, a little chill with stuff, were like, no, this is just him. This is just a DJ thing going on. Now, if that wasn't enough, we all know, and this is what kind of bothered me the most, okay? All of this stuff, it did irk me, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, this is who DJ's been like this entire time. He's took shots at our team before when he was playing for the Spurs. But the one thing that really did upset me was this interview right here. Because some people will say it's not that big a deal. He just jumped on a podcast. Why are we tripping about it? Why are you so upset? But this was special, okay? So Atlanta Hawks fans, if you're watching this video, just give you a little bit of context, okay? Steven Jackson used to play for the San Antonio Spurs. He played for us twice, actually, and he had issues. And he's one of the very few players that complain about his tenure with the San Antonio Spurs. There's like Robert Horry, him. Is that it? Is that it? I think that might genuinely be it. It might be another player. You can tell me in the comments. But and now Dejounte Murray added to that list. But he went on a podcast, not just any podcast, but a podcast with someone that has gone on a San Antonio Spurs hating spree for multiple years at this point. It wasn't a partisan interview. It wasn't an interview where you come in and any of the things you say are going to be questioned. No, your ego is just going to be stroked this entire time, because the narrative around this entire interview was the San Antonio Spurs held you back, which is very laughable now, even statistically very laughable when you think about it. But that's what the narrative was going around. And he talked about everybody on the team. And the one thing about DJ that always irked me, just as a fan, is that he will say one thing, and then when he's questioned about it later, go back on it and kind of gaslight you into thinking that what he said before wasn't even that big of a deal. I remember my friend Carolina Teague did an interview with DJ, and he basically went back on all of it and was like, no, I loved the San Antonio Spurs. I loved my time there. almost as if this interview never happened. And a lot of fans said, oh, see, he learned from that. See, he did enjoy his time. He's talking highly of Popovich. And it's like, no, he says so many things. Here's one section from it that really bothered me when he talked about Tony Parker. And you can even see the way Steven Jackson reacts. It is definitely oh yeah, I'm agree with you no matter what, right? Because Steven Jackson couldn't stand Tony Parker. I don't even know if he really liked Manu. He couldn't stand Tony though.
Bit a buck with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on. Actually, I'm putting on my earphones. I hate that I keep doing that.
keep it 100, bro. I'ma love you for that. You know what I mean? And I know he didn't like it. You feel me? Because if he liked it, he would have mentored me the way he should have.
Right.
He wouldn't have went to Charlotte. He would have stayed right there. You feel what I'm saying? And that's me. You gonna get the real. Just how y'all, all the smoke, y'all, the real. You feel me?
But see, it's not funny he say that, bro, because I know the type of person Tony is. You know what I'm saying? Great player, gonna go down in the Hall of Fame, but he's very selfish. He's been selfish. We would have had more championships and more success if it wasn't for him being so selfish. But he was told as a 16, 17-year-old in France that he was this. He come to the NBA, start as a 19-year-old.
Now, keep in mind, Steven Jackson wanted minutes over Manu Ginobili, okay? So am I disputing the fact that Tony Parker was selfish? No, like at times he was, but to even let that come out of your mouth, we would have more championships if it wasn't for Tony Parker is kind of insane, okay? It's kind of insane, especially if you're a Spurs fan. You know that that's an insane statement to make. But this is what he did, right? He turned his back on San Antonio, and then he gaslit a lot of people into thinking that this didn't happen. He didn't mean anything by it, and he actually enjoyed his time. No. That was not the case at all. So what did he do recently? This is what he did recently, okay? I just wanted to give some Atlanta Hawks fans a little bit of context. But this happened again, and he has deleted the tweet, just like how he would say things about San Antonio and then delete it right after. But a fan here said Dejounte would probably still be a Hawk if he wasn't one of the most horrendous perimeter defenders in the league the last 2 years. Will I go as far as to say he's the most horrendous perimeter defender No, I wouldn't go that far. But he was not good. Okay, he was not good over the past 2 years, obviously. But DJ had this to say, which is a weird response. Another casual that don't watch hoops or really know what's going on with his favorite team. Ask your head coach why when I begged him for me to guard the best player, I was told they want to save my energy for scoring. Ha 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 ha. You will see a monster in defense 24-25 season. So once again, throwing a coach underneath the bus. So this is normal behavior for DJ at this point. I'm gonna be 100. All right, I'm gonna be frank. I don't understand why any Spurs fan wanted DJ back. I just don't get it. I know that I've been known as a Dejounte Murray hater over the years, but I never understood it. He's selfish on and off the court. He's shown selfishness even when he played with the San Antonio Spurs. There were many occasions in which he would, take late game shots even when other players were getting going. I remember a game in particular where Derek White started to get going and ball probably should have been in his hands, but Dejounte Murray took it upon himself to try to shine in that regard. I know also when the San Antonio Spurs went against the Atlanta Hawks this last season, it was very weird. DJ was taking a lot of ill-advised shots just to try to get a highlight reel over Wemby. I mean, we can go into so many different situations, right? Where he was trying to show out Ben Caro, where he tried to show out, some random guy in the gym and embarrass him. There's many different things that have happened and that have occurred. I'm just putting this out there for Atlanta Hawks fans, just so you know, you're not alone, okay? I get it. Spurs fans have been, talked down to from DJ before. Now, this doesn't mean that I probably need to say that. I should have said this before. This doesn't mean that Dejounte Murray is a bad player or he's a trash player. Obviously, he's not, right? He is a baller. He can ball. But I do think that a player like this, in which Spurs fans wanted him back, you can't win with someone like this. I'll just say it. If I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. But I don't think you can win with someone like Dejounte Murray, because I think he kind of views himself a little bit better than he is, which is kind of strange because he is a really good player, but he views himself much better. Like, he has to be the guy. I don't know if he can just play in a system without the attention being on him. So that's just me. That's just how I view it. I know that this is a pretty long video just to go over this, but I did want to at least go over it because I think that this is silly. This is crazy. And he's done it again, and now to Atlanta Hawks fans. So anyways, maybe this made Spurs fans feel a little bit better about, you know, whether or not you wanted them. You shouldn't. I don't know. It's a little selfish, man. A little selfish. Anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. That's all I had to say. I know I'll probably get a little heat for this video, but until next time, bye. Bye.